hearty welcome to all of you. My name is Kaarthikeyan, President of the Foundation for Peace, Harmony and Good Governance. I will make a longish welcome speech and introduction. That is to allow for the latecomers to come in, so that they don't miss the substantive discussions. About 3 weeks back, I wrote a letter to the Minister of State, Mr. Biju. Then I went away abroad. Yesterday when I came back, I was told there was a call from the Minister's office to say he would be attending and he wanted talking points, minute-to-minute program which we sent. A lot of queries and all that. Later on, late in the night, they said he has been asked to go to Northeast. So this morning he had left. He conveys his regrets for his inability to come for this function today. And in fact, I was surprised. I didn't expect him. I was surprised when the call came yesterday. He said he will attend. Anyhow, now we have the eminent panel before us. The Foundation for Peace, Harmony and Good Governance is a civil society organization striving hard to bring positive changes in society at every level. I am making a long speech for the reason also that it will be recorded. It will go on our website. The entire proceedings of the day will go on the website. The aim is to provide independent and positive inputs, suggestions to the government to bring effective governance. The Foundation, with its vast network, also aims to be a bridge between the government and its people. In the last 10 years, we have organized nearly 100 events, mostly in Delhi. We have held national conferences day-long, attended by 300 to 400 people. Then seminars, panel discussions for 2 to 3 hours' time on various subjects including good governance, criminal justice system, police reforms, right to information, citizens charter, black money, integrity, holistic health, naturopathy, interfaith harmony, yoga, meditation, terrorism, environment, Naxalism, election reforms, Kashmir issue, water, dealing with deadly diseases like cancer and leprosy, then ethics in governance and in the society, if radiation and its harmful effects, how to deal with them, ideal parenting, eradication of poverty, slum clearance, farming, nutrition, human rights, etc. To mark the 10th anniversary of the activities, the Foundation, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam released a souvenir which consists of a brief account of our decade-long activities. The souvenir also carried messages and blessings from eminent personalities, including the present and former Prime Ministers of India, spiritual masters from various traditions like the Dalai Lama and Sri Ravi Shankar, and personalities from various walks of life. Among the speakers who participated in our earlier programs include eminent jurists, judges, constitutional experts like Falin Nariman, Suri Swarabji, Harish Salve, KTS Tulsi, P.P. Rao, the then Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit, the present Chief Minister Sri Arvind Kejriwal, Chairman Law Commission, eminent journalists, spiritual masters of various traditions, Chief Election Commissioner, Chief Information Commissioner, etc., etc. Our future activities will include governance reforms, electoral reforms, judicial reforms, national security, urban governance, health for all, interfaith harmony, peace, quality education, farmers' welfare, pollution control, etc. From now onwards, all the proceedings will be put on the website www.goodgovernance.in. This year, the FGG proposes to organize a series of discussions with the civil society and government officials. As a part of this, the Foundation proposes to organize a series titled Daily Dialogue, aiming to bring the government officials and civil society on a common platform and enhance interaction between the two. We are beginning with the panel discussion on today, addressing violence in the streets, a roadmap. Based on our discussions today, we propose to publish a policy report addressing the new government in Delhi and the government of India and civil society on what could be done by each one of the stakeholders. In recent years, there has been a spate of violent activities from road rage to criminal attack on women and children. The discussion attempts to address basic questions on why have we become violent and what can be done at the societal and governmental levels to make our streets safe for everyone. It is so in many big cities in many parts of the world. When I was in USA last week, all the TV channels are full of violence indulged by motorbike mafia in Texas and many other places. They continue to pose a major challenge to law enforcement authorities all over America. Armed police in Texas were in the process of trying to keep the warring factions apart and protect the public when the fight broke out last week. As the fight escalated from punches and kicks, several men resorted to using knives, chains and clubs. Several men pulled out guns and began shooting. Violence spread like wildfire. According to a news agency, there was blood everywhere. It was running into the drains. A diner in the restaurant nearby was quoted as saying, there may maybe 30 guns being fired in the parking lot, maybe over 100 rounds. Most of the gas stations, convenience stores and shops in USA are run round the clock, mostly by Indians, that too Patels of Gujarat. They have become targets and many have lost their lives by such type of increasing violence in America. We have just read in the newspapers that the iconic Eiffel Tower in Paris was shut down for hours because of a stop walkout in protest against a surge in pickpocketing and violent gangs. Workers say the gangs are increasingly threatening them with assault or abuse. The thieves form a gang of 4 to 5 people, and sometimes there can be about 30 of them surrounding the Eiffel Tower. One of the striking workers told a AFP news agency. Occasionally, they even fight among themselves. More police were sent to protect the museum, which is visited by 10 million tourists every year. Paris hosted 22 million visitors in 2014, according to city figures, and is one of the world's top tourist hotspots, in addition to being a magnet for criminals and pickpockets who especially target wealthy Asian tourists. The staff's union representative told the news agency that the staff had walked out so we could ask for a permanent police presence here. The Daily Liberation newspaper reported on Friday that about 26,000 police and municipal agents would be deployed in the city throughout the summer to deal with the pickpocketing and violent threats. But we are very much concerned with what happens in our own cities. While violence in the streets is not a new phenomenon and unique only to New Delhi, what makes the issue significant is its massive numbers, regular occurrence, lethality, and more importantly, the impunity with which they are indulged in. Other cities in India also witness crimes of different varieties in the streets, but there seems to be something unique about what is happening in New Delhi. Being the capital city, whatever happens here in New Delhi is seen by the rest of the world in real time. Besides the social harm that the violence in streets can cause to our collective psyche, its international damage to India's reputation can also be underlined. So the basic questions are, why have the society become violent? What can be done at the societal and government levels to make our streets safe for everyone? What is unique about the socio-political profile of the city, which makes violence in the streets a regular phenomenon? What can the society here learn from other cities in the rest of India and perhaps elsewhere in the world? True, sociologically and economically, New Delhi may be heterogeneous, but so are numerous other cities in the national and international levels, which have seen better societal behavior and immediate state response. What can we do as a state and as society to improve our balance sheet on violence in New Delhi? While road rage and violence against crime are the most visible expressions of street violence, Are there other forms of violence reported and underreported that we have to deal with so that we address the issue with a holistic perspective? What can be done to improve police functioning, civic administration, and criminal justice system? Anger is anger, and it has to be confronted and dealt with. Anger allowed to fester eventually manifests as violence. Look at the pathology of violence. Doing violence or being violent brings about a complete change in our biology. Violence starts in the mind of the individual and then it spreads. Can spiritual practices like yoga and meditation help in dealing with the stress and anger of the individual? Besides streamlining and making more efficient other organs of governance like police and civic administration. The roots of violence are deep and extensive, and therefore to destroy them is very difficult. However, it's not impossible. The best way to do is meditation according to sociologists. One of the most important factors is stress. Violence is not possible in the absence of stress. A relaxed person cannot commit violence. To quote Paramahamsa Yogananda, yoga and the peace it creates has the ability to banish human conflicts and the horror of war and bring about peace and understanding on earth. Having felt the inner peace that yoga reveals, one feels the desire for peace externally, peace in neighborhoods, nations, and between races. That is apart from what we should do in various instruments of governance. Now, we cannot have a more eminent panel than we have got today. A brief introduction of these personalities, though they are very well known to everyone here. Sri T.S.R. Subramanian, as the Cabinet Secretary of the country, held the highest civil service position in the Government of India. He has also been the Chief Secretary of Uttar Pradesh, the largest state of India. In his distinguished career spanning 37 years with the Government of India and Government of UP, he held very important positions of great significance for good governance. Significant attempts at administrative reforms were initiated by him. Will include the first draft of the Right to Information Act, steps for bringing in transparency in government activities, a citizen charter for all public service organizations, and reforms in the telecom sector, and a thrust towards improvement of the infrastructure. Since retirement in 1998, he regularly contributes to them in the media and also delivers lectures and on very diverse subjects in many fora, including universities and other institutions. He has also authored 2 best-selling books. He obtained his master's degree from Calcutta University, studied at Imperial College of Science and Technology, London, and has a master's degree in public administration from Harvard University. He is currently trustee and trustee of the Shivanadar Foundation, Chancellor of Shivanadar University, and Chairman of the Vidya Gyan Management Board. We have great pleasure in welcoming you, sir, to our evening's function. We have our Police Commissioner, Shri Bhim Singh Basi, a graduate in Commerce from Sri Ram College of Commerce of University of Delhi, and also has a degree of law. He held many positions in Delhi Police earlier. He was DG of Goa Police and Inspector General of Chandigarh Police. Since August 2013, he holds with distinction the most challenging and prestigious post of the Commissioner of Police of the capital city of Delhi. He has been holding this key position during various transitional periods of the Government of India and the state government also. What are you doing? Come on. Welcome, sir. We have great pleasure welcoming Ms. Maya Daruwala, an old friend of ours, meeting her after many years because she is a barrister. She has been working in the field of human rights and social justice for over 2 decades. Maya has lived and worked in England, Singapore and Sri Lanka. Back in India, she has practiced for a short while in the Supreme Court, but then left to work full-time at the Ford Foundation as a program officer for South Asia. Since 1996, she has headed the Commonwealth Human Rights Initiative, an international NGO based in New Delhi, that works for the practical realization of human rights, particularly police reforms and the right to information. Both these issues are, she believes, essential underpinnings for attaining good governance and realizing human rights. We have great pleasure in welcoming you, Dr. Maheshwara. Last but not least is my valued junior colleague, Dr. K. Salim Ali. He has earlier held very important positions in the CBI for a number of years, including anti-corruption, special crimes administration, special unit, and other divisions, zones in CBI. He has been associated with the investigations of a number of sensitive cases, including those entrusted to CBI by the Supreme Court and High Courts that have ended in convictions of the accused persons. He has held various positions in Tripura, including as Director General of Police of the state. He has also served as IGP in Indo-Tibetan Border Police at Dehradun and New Delhi. Dr. Salim Ali is a postgraduate in chemistry, MBA in International Finance, PhD in conflict management. He has been decorated with Police Medal for Meritorious Service and President's Police Medal for Distinguished Service. More importantly, as a senior member of the Special Investigation Team of the CBI, he was a pillar of strength to me in the investigation and prosecution of Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. Welcome you, Dr. Salim. Now the point is, what purpose does such seminars and workshops and conferences serve? They only advance the cause, at least even by one inch. It creates more awareness. At least one instance concretely I can tell is, the same venue, the Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit was here along with the Chief Information Commissioner, and to launch this subject on Citizens Charter. She made a promise within a short time she will announce the Citizen Charter for citizens of Delhi, and she did it within 3 weeks. At least one concrete instance. And we have been able to influence to a large extent the Law Commission and many other organizations with the proceedings, what happened, views expressed here by the panelists and the result of the interaction with the enlightened audience. And as we are going to put the proceedings on the website, so this will be accessible to a lot of people around the world. So may I request you, sir, Mr. Dr. Subramanian, to kindly make your presentation. You can, whatever you are considering.